Hello, this is Rapid Recording. I'm pleased to announce that this new series where I'm going to be critiquing a number of attractions and rides at the Walt Disney World Resort. Be aware that I'm not part of the Walt Disney World Company and the views and expressions placed in this show are for entertainment and information uses only. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the video. So this week I'm critiquing one of my personal favourites at the Walt Disney World Resort, and this is the Monsters Inc Laugh floor. This is an attraction based in Disney's Magic Kingdom in the Tomorrowland segment of the park. It's right across from Stitch's Great Escape and is one of the first attractions you come across as you enter Tomorrowland. Now, if this is your first time at the Walt Disney World Resort, then this is a must-do and is not to be missed. The reason I'm saying this very early in the video is because I don't want people to waste their time listening to me blabbering on in this critique if they have been before, because it would just be fairly boring for them. But of course, keep listening if you so wish. Now, as I said before, this is one of my personal favourites in the park. I'm a huge fan of staged attractions such as this. By staged, I mean purely for entertainment and laughter, obviously, because this is called Laugh Floor. Now, if you're a parent and are soon to be taking your child here, then might I add that this has nothing to do with the Monsters Inc film. There are only two characters you will recognise from the original film, Mike Wazowski and Roz the Slug, but the majority are new characters designed for this movie. Now, if you want to know more about the ride experience itself, then here we go. The queue line is indoors and outdoors and is quite boring. The outside has nothing to look at, but when you reach the indoor section, there is a variety of TV monitors and screen canisters all over the place. These screens show a telephone number, and these screens will show a telephone number, and this is for one of the pre-show elements of this attraction. Guests are invited to send in their own jokes to be used in the attraction or show. There's a small charge, if I remember correctly, but it isn't much, and it isn't required, so don't feel like you have to send in a joke because you don't need to. Besides, only 3 or 4 jokes are actually used in the main show. The show isn't pre-recorded and it is unscripted. It's totally live, and there are actors sitting somewhere in the theatre who voice each of these characters. Back onto the experience itself. After the queue line, you're taken into a large theatre with a number of seats in the middle and 3 screens placed in front of you. Of course, in true Disney fashion, these are themed. The screens are arranged in a small, big, small formation, and the theming of the smaller screens is the scare doors from the film. When you enter the theatre, these doors are closed and look like theming until the show starts. The big screen in the middle is themed as a stage and has a pre-show background of traditional theatre red curtain. Now, as I said before, the show is live and has a genre of stand-up comedy. So if you are shy and don't want to run the risk of being spoken to by the characters who may make a laugh from you, then skip this attraction. The show is presented by the little green monster bear thingy with horns. That is Mike Wazowski, and he is also played by a live actor or actress. He is your traditional stand-up host, and he introduces each of the monsters as they take to the stage. Now, I'm not going to give away the best part of the attraction because it would just ruin it for you, and I don't want to do that. This part most commonly involves people sitting in the middle row of the seating area, so if you don't want to be involved, then try and avoid the middle row and sit in the front if possible. Some of the comedy in this attraction is very dry, but you still have a laugh. The idea for this show is for the monsters to fill up a huge laugh canister, and I mean a physical thing, part of the theatre at the front. You won't miss it, trust me, it's huge. The monsters say that if they don't fill up this canister, then they won't have the electricity to let you out of the theatre. You're constantly reminded of this throughout the show. Now, after the show is finished, you are let out through doors at one side of the theatre and double back on yourself behind the screens and back out into the sunlight. Now, as far as Fast Pass is concerned, the queue line does fill up quite quickly, and quickly dies as the main theatre is big and takes big chunks of the queue out at a time. The longest I've personally had to queue is around 30 minutes at peak times. Young children would be fine, it's not scary, it isn't 3D or 4D, so nothing smells or makes you wet spraying with water. Unless of course you have a rather large man sitting next to you eating a chili dog or churro, but this is unlikely as food and drink are banned from the main theatre. This is a great attraction, and definitely do it. Don't do it more than twice on one visit, as it may get boring for you, as you know all the surprises that lay in store. Thank you very much for listening. This is Rapid Recording signing out.